Welcome. My name is Brad Prather, and I am a consultant for DWD Technology Group. Today, I'm going to review some tips on how to send error messages to our support in order to make the finding of the resolution more efficient. So as much as we don't want it to happen, certainly as we use Sage 100, there are times when error messages will come up. When that happens, what is it that we at DWD really need to get the resolution for you again as efficiently as possible? Well, the first thing that we'd like to know is the version of Sage 100 that you are currently running. And there are a couple ways to do that. One of the easiest is to go up here to the top in the ribbon or the menu bar at the top and click on Help. And typically the last option in that menu will be About Sage 100. From there you will see that I am using Sage 100 2014. And you will get this window on any version that you're on. One of the best things to do, and a tool that I use, is called Snipping Tool. And that comes with Windows 10. And what you can do is you can take a screenshot of this, and then you can include that in the email that you are sending us. Or if you're giving us a call, you can again take a screenshot, save it, and you'll have that information in front of you. There is another way to go about getting that information. You can go up here to the upper left-hand corner and go to File, and then Run. And if you were to enter an asterisk and the word Info, that will then also show you that information. And as here you can see again that I'm at 5.1.0.7. So those are a couple ways that you can get the information of the version of the software that you're running. Okay. Now that you have the version number, what other kind of information would we like to have? Well, things such as what module are you in? Are you in accounts receivable? Are you in accounts payable? What company are you in? If you have multiple companies, are you in ABC? Are you in XYZ? Do you have any enhancements in the module that you're using? If so, what are they? What tasks specifically were you doing? Were you in AP invoice data entry at the time? Were you in AR cash receipts? Were you updating a register? Were you in the middle of updating your AP invoice register or your AR cash receipts, for example? Or were you just trying to look up data? You were in the customer file and you're trying to look up customers and you're getting an error message, okay? While you were trying to do this, did the server or your workstation crash? Was there a power outage and it rebooted in the middle of anything? Are you remotely logging into a terminal server and running Sage 100? Or are you doing this from your local computer? It's really almost impossible to gather too much information about what it is that you're doing when this error message happens. Anything that you can gather with that can send to us can assist again in making the resolution of this issue much more efficient. So let's take a look at a couple of examples here. As we noted previously, I'm using Sage 100 2014 with product update 7 installed. I am currently in company ABC, and I am doing purchase order receipt of goods entry. Okay. There didn't appear to be any problems with my data entry. There was no crash when I was doing this. Nothing happened. And so I went to the point where I was ready. I was done with my data entry and I wanted to update the daily receipt register. So I come in here. Of course, as you know, you choose whatever accounting date you want to post that data and verify that. And I'm going to go through the process then of just previewing this register. This was interrupted. I have already generated this error message, so I'm coming back into it. Do I want to restart it? Yes, I do. And so it's going to try to restart it, and there is my error message that pops up. The first thing you want to do is to get a screenshot or the information from this initial error message. Again, I recommend using a tool like Snipping Tool to make a screenshot of it, and it's very easy then to paste that into an email that you send to your consultant that you work to or just to DWD support in general. Sometimes what you'll get is you'll have an info button in that error message, and I recommend, or we would like for you to click on that And then also take screenshots of the information that you're going to find on each of these tabs. That again can be very helpful in resolving this issue. So if you can send those to us as well, that can be very helpful. At this point, there's probably really not much else that you can do than just click on End. Of course, it's going to now then close that screen. And at this point, you really need to forward all of this information, again, to the consultant that you work with to resolve your issues, or to DWD support. So the takeaway from this is to, again, please get a screenshot of the initial error message, and then to also get a screenshot, if there is an info button, of any additional information. I'm going to quickly get into another version of my Sage 100 that I have on my laptop, and I'm going to generate another error message here. The theory is still going to be the same. We want as much information as possible for this error message, but this error message will look slightly different. So, okay, so now, again, let's kind of review what we previously talked about. If I go to my help up here in the upper right-hand corner, I can get out here, as I said, normally at the far end of whatever menu appears, you're going to get About. And then that will show you the version that you're running. And in this particular case, I also have payroll installed. So it's also showing me the version of the payroll. And that's very important if your error message, of course, is in payroll. You can do the same thing up here again with the file run, type in the asterisk info, and get that information as well. Okay. Again, I am in the purchase order entry. I am in company ABC, and once again, I am doing a receipt of goods. Again, the data entry did not appear to be any issue. I did not have a computer crash. Nothing happened there. Everything appeared to be fine. And so again, I went to my daily receipt register, trying to update it. I'm going to preview that. And once I get ready to update, I should get a message that there have been some errors. And so in this particular instance, you can see this error message is slightly different. However, you still get an option to print an error log. And we would very much like you to say yes to that. In this particular case, the recommendation is to go ahead and preview it. At which case then you can again use whatever tool you're using, take your screenshot, and send that to us. As you can see, this gives us some good information here. That's actually a receipt of goods number. That's actually an item number, and it's telling me specifically that a unit of measure conversion factor is missing. So that is very helpful information in trying to resolve error messages. Hopefully you've been able to find a little help from this tip. Next time you run into something in your Sage 100, and specifically an error message of any kind, the more information you can send to DWD, the more we would appreciate it. And again, it makes it much more efficient for us to resolve that issue. Thank you for spending a little time with us today. We certainly appreciate it. And please don't hesitate to contact us at DWD Technology Group if we can be of any assistance. Thanks, and have a great day.